Well, hey there. Welcome to day 2 of National Customer Service Week, where this year's theme is Balanced Minds, Bright Service. We've all been there. That moment after a challenging customer interaction when you feel drained, frustrated, maybe even questioning your ability to handle the next call. But here's the thing, bouncing back from these tough encounters is not just possible, it's essential for your peace and for delivering consistently great customer service. Here are 7 recharge rituals to help you rebound after a tough customer service call. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't dwell on those feelings. First things first, I want you to give yourself permission to feel. Here's a pro tip for you. The most emotionally regulated people have a practice of naming the emotion they are feeling and then releasing that emotion. It's unhealthy for us to hold on to emotions. Those emotions become energy trapped inside our bodies. And a lot of you already know about bad energy and good energy. We want to let all that energy go, even the good energy. You want it to keep flowing so that you are clear and unblocked, but especially so when it comes to that bad or that negative energy. So here is what emotionally regulated people do. They name the emotion they are feeling, whatever that is. It might be jealousy, shame, grief, anger. They name it, either speak it out loud or write it down in a journal or just in your mind, identify what you're feeling. And when you speak the emotion, you don't have to elaborate. You don't have to meditate for an hour, though that would be okay. You don't even have to journal about it. You just simply have to speak it. And once you acknowledge the emotion, it is free to go. So I want you to try this when you have just dealt with a difficult customer or a challenging coworker. Acknowledge how you feel. And it can be just in your mind. You can say it out loud, but you can think it as well. That customer really pissed me off. Whatever you're feeling, just name that emotion. Or that remark was unfair because it didn't take into account everything that came before it. Whatever you're feeling, just speak it. And that's it. Once you speak it, the emotion is like, okay, we can leave or I can leave. That is how energy passes through. So I want you to try that. Take a deep breath. Literally, I want you to take a deep breath. Intentional, structured breathing has the power to instantly, and I mean instantly, reset your nervous system, instantly lower your heart rate, and lower blood pressure. Who wouldn't want to do that? We can use that not only in the workplace, but in our lives. And we're going to practice that right now. All you have to do is inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, then hold for a count of 4, and finally exhale slowly to a count of 4. All right, got that? Let's try it together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. That's it. All you do is inhale for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And then repeat that cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 rounds. That's called box breathing. Try it and you will instantly feel the difference. Reframe the situation. Instead of replaying the tough interaction in your mind, challenge yourself to find the silver lining. What can you learn from this experience? Maybe you discovered a new way to explain a complex policy, or perhaps you identified an area where you'd like to improve your skills. When I had a sudden onset of lightheadedness and then later took myself to the ER, I remember quickly reframing the situation. Right there in my hospital bed in the ER, I said to myself, "Thank you. Thank you, Father, for what you are teaching me through this situation. Thank you for what you need me to learn, and I am willing to learn." I said that in my head. And I remember at one point actually speaking it aloud, not even realizing I was doing that. My husband heard me say, "Thank you for what this is teaching me." And I remember him looking over at me, and I explained, "This is here to teach me something about my body or how I show up in the world, and I'm here to learn." Now, it turns out everything was just fine. I was quickly released with lessons that I needed going forward. I encourage you to quickly reframe situations in your professional life and certainly in your personal life. This helps you de stress quickly and then it helps you move forward to what is next with a spirit of joy versus a spirit of dread or stress. So, reframe interactions. Connect with your team. After a challenging interaction, it is so helpful for you to be able to turn to the person next to you or connect with a friend who is part of your work group and talk it out. We need to vent. We've got to express those emotions. We can do it in our head, and that works very well. But if we can talk to people on our team who can relate, that is even more helpful. In some cases, they can give you advice and validate what you've just experienced and perhaps give you ideas on how to move forward. Recall your wins. After a tough call or a particularly difficult customer, it is really easy to forget about all the times that you did it right, all the times you nailed it, all of your successes. But I don't want you to forget your wins. Take a moment to remember your successes. Maybe it's a glowing customer review you received last week, or that time you turned an angry customer into a loyal advocate. Keeping these positive outcomes in mind can boost your confidence and motivation, reminding you why you're great at what you do. Prepare for the next round. Get ready for that next call. When you're coming out of a difficult interaction with a customer, I want you to take a second to reset. And you can do this in 4 or 5 seconds, or maybe even less. Maybe you sit at your desk and take a moment to visualize going forward with a positive attitude, expecting that that next interaction will be a lot easier to deal with. So take a pause, just a few seconds to reset to get ready for the next interaction. Practice self care in small doses. Now, when we think of self care, we often think of the big things. Maybe that's a spa afternoon or a 3-day weekend or yoga and meditation for 45 minutes. Those things are great. But you can also practice self care in small doses. Here are some small dose self care practices I invite you to try. Take a short walk. You could go for a 5 or 10 minute walk through the building where you work, maybe outside or before or after work. Indulge in a self care walk. Listen to an upbeat song. This is one of my favorite ways in the middle of a workday to hype myself up and boost my energy. Today, I listened to Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell. That song just really hyped me up in 2 minutes to be ready for you today. Eat a healthy snack. A healthy snack is a great way to quickly up your energy, emphasis on healthy snack. How about this one? Do a quick stretch at your desk. This is perfect to move your muscles, boost your circulation. You can stretch your arms, maybe wiggle your toes, whatever feels right for you in that moment, or even better yet, stretch and go for a short walk. Resilience is like strengthening a muscle. It gets easier over time. The more you work your resilience muscle, the stronger you become. You'll develop muscle memory. And before you even know what is happening, it will be easy and easier and even easier for you to rebound after any tough interaction with a customer. Thank you so much for spending part of Customer Service Week with me today. I will see you tomorrow, where our topic is 5 minute miracles, how brain breaks can transform your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Celebrate and enjoy today and this week. It's all about you. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.